Creo que vas a tener que correr.
Exclude powerful people that visited Epstein's island and did God knows what to underage women, none of whose liberties have been infringed upon like President Trump's and his family's. Simply put, it seems that under the Biden administration, the government conceals what it wants to, the government does what it wants to, and American citizens need to protect their country from its government.
Lindsay, anything else you'd want the American people to know? You were there that day. What should they know? Anything else?
Well, if we're thinking about the future, I'd like to just say that the Biden administration has united Americans against its administration, and it has this incident has ironically created bipartisanship on this issue, because no American, whether Democrat or Republican, wants an overreaching Department of Justice. We even see Andrew Cuomo and Andrew Yang speaking out about this. The silence of the Biden administration and the FBI is deafening. Americans are listening and watching.
All right, we really appreciate your time. Lindsay Halligan, thank you. Oh, hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
So last year, I paid nothing for electricity, and I actually made money by using a special program that paid me to try brand new solar technology, and I paid nothing for it. So here's how it works. The latest solar technology blows away traditional solar panels. They can generate and store up to 18 months of energy, which means that even with a little bit of sunlight, you can power your entire home. But what happens is when you end up generating all that excess electricity that you can't even use, the power company can buy that electricity back from you, share it with your neighbors, and then send you a check. Imagine that. It's like becoming your own little neighborhood utility company that collects checks in the mail every month. And here's the thing. Because of the whole green energy push in Congress, a new stimulus recently passed, so it costs you absolutely nothing to get these panels or the installation, like literally $0. So here's what's happening. They're looking for homeowners that want to try this new solar tech for nothing out of pocket. And once they're gone, they're gone. So if you own a home and you have some sunlight hitting your property part of the day, then you'll want to check to see if this program is still available in your area. To do that, it's super simple. Just visit the official site, enter your zip code, and answer a few questions. It takes like 60 seconds. So go ahead and do that now. Click the link to visit the site and enter your zip code. It's totally free. It only takes 60 seconds to check.
Hi, this is Governor Ron DeSantis. We are fighting the good fight in the state of Florida, and the left and the corporate media do not like that one bit. They are coming at us every single day, lying, trying to do misdirection, trying to divide, because they know that we've succeeded in Florida, and they'll do anything they can to derail our progress and success. I need your help, because we have to fight back every single day. They have all the big guns. We're standing strong. Stand with me so we can keep Florida free.
After days of intense pressure, Attorney General Merrick Garland finally speaking out on the FBI's unprecedented raid on former President Donald Trump's home. Garland defending the Justice Department's actions, but did not take any questions. The Attorney General saying he personally approved the warrant to carry out the raid and has filed a motion to unseal it.
The Justice Department has filed a motion in the Southern District of Florida to unseal a search warrant and property receipt relating to a court-approved search that the FBI conducted earlier this week. That search was of premises located in Florida belonging to the former president. Copies of both the warrant and the FBI property receipt were provided on the day of the search to the former president's counsel, who was on site during the search. Upholding the rule of law means applying the law evenly, without fear or favor. Under my watch, that is precisely what the Justice Department is doing. I personally approve the decision to seek a search warrant in this matter.
Garland also defending the FBI from criticism in how it carried out the search of Trump's home.
Let me address recent unfounded attacks on the professionalism of the FBI and Justice Department agents and prosecutors. I will not stand by silently when their integrity is unfairly attacked. The men and women of the FBI and the Justice Department are dedicated, patriotic public servants.
That comes as a source says that President Trump complied with a subpoena issued for classified records in the spring. And it's unclear why the FBI did not just issue another subpoena, as Trump and his team were, quote, cooperative and turned over documents. Okay, I think the big issue today is, besides finding out for a fact that Merrick Garland, the Attorney General, did approve the issuance of the warrant, is that there is no information as to why they chose to request a search warrant based on probable cause regarding something from the presidential records that is not in a criminal statute. But the issue is why they went so far as a search warrant as opposed to simply issuing another subpoena or getting a court-ordered subpoena. What say you, Jesse?
He owns it, this guy Garland. He says he called it, so it's on him now. We all know Biden was involved. You don't do this without the president knowing, but he's on vacation with Hunter, so we'll never hear from him ever again. He comes out and everyone's looking around the television like, what is he going to say? What is he going to say? What is he going to say? He says nothing. He says, I approved it, but I can't say anything, but my guys aren't crooked. Oh, really? Oh, really? Your guys aren't crooked? Well, all right, let's see. The last time they planted evidence on Trump, which was the dossier, and they doctored evidence to get the warrant and lied to the judge for it. So now we're supposed to trust you guys? It's not how it works. And now he's going to say, oh, we're going to release the evidence, we're going to release the warrant and stuff like that. He's already being sued in Florida by Judicial Watch. They're the ones trying to get some transparency. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Now, if you have an administration, the Obama administration, that spied on the Trump campaign, inserted moles into the Trump campaign, and wiretapped the Trump campaign, and then you have a Biden administration that raided Trump's house and raided his lawyer's house and seized people's phones and shackled them and gave them full body cavity searches. Did they do that to any Democrats? Can you name any high-profile Democrats who's had their home raided, their phone seized, their computer seized, anything? They only lock up Republicans. They only do this to Trump Republicans. So you don't have the benefit of the doubt here. You've cooked up phony warrants. You've worked with dirty prosecutors, worked with dirty cops. The Democrats are all in this together. So I don't trust you. The country doesn't trust you. It's now said. Apparently they were cooperating for about a year. And Trump actually poked his head in and said, hey, guys, there's some boxes. You want to take a look? Have at it. You have to show intent. Remember what they said about Hillary? You have to show intent. Where's the intent? He was cooperating. They had lunch at Mar-a-Lago when they came by a few times. Everything was copacetic. They probably took a dip in the pool. What's the big deal? The next thing, way too heavy-handed, and now they own it.
Well, you know, what's interesting is that those same guys told the president to double lock the area to protect the records.
And then they broke the locks.
And then they broke the locks.
But
Harold, what do you say about the fact that for the first time in the history of this country, we're raiding the home of a former president, a potential political opponent of the a sitting president. Never been done in American history. It takes 4 days for the Attorney General to come out and own it because Newsweek said he didn't do it, he wasn't involved in it. I mean, why is it that we've got to go this far for this kind of information? Proved it, but don't ask me anything more.
The President of the United States, former President of the United States, for 9 hours the other night had the search warrant and the receipt. His lawyers and he had access to it. He told his friends. For the life of me, I can't understand why he would tell his friends and allies he didn't have it, but I'll come back to that. The point with this Attorney General today, I thought it was something that probably should have happened a day ago. But he had no obligation to do it because, Judge, as you well know, and I'm not a trained lawyer like you are, the federal investigators don't comment on ongoing investigations. Now, I've heard some criticism today still about the Attorney General and people wanting to know more. I want to know more also, but there's an investigation underway. Now, President Trump is innocent until proven otherwise. In fact, he's not been charged with anything. I was glad to see Attorney General also explain to the country that this was a court-approved search warrant that had all the required information that a court asked for in order to, around probable cause, in order to do this. Don't mistake or misconstrue what I'm saying anyone around the table. I'm not rooting against the president. But what I don't, for the life of me, I'll come back to where I started. If the president had the warrant, had the receipt, why would you tell your friends and your supporters that you didn't have it and blame and attack FBI agents and other federal officials? For the life of me, I don't quite understand it. But I'm hopeful and prayerful that as this investigation goes forward, that if the president will have an opportunity to, I hope, express himself. All of us probably know, the president has until 3 o'clock tomorrow to respond to the court in Florida regarding whether or not they should unseal the warrant and the receipt. Now, I don't know why he wouldn't just say right now, release it. He has until tomorrow to do it. The receipt and the warrant are going to give us, I believe, some answers to some of the questions that we have around this table and some of the questions that have been asked today.
It is up to the court at this point to release it, and the court will make that decision on Monday.
But Judge, you're not right. They gave the Trump team has not said they want to release it.
Right, and the court will decide based upon what happens tomorrow. The court ultimately decides.
But the president said he didn't have the warrant or the receipt 2 days ago, and he told friends of mine that he didn't.
The issue was they are saying that they were shown the warrant that the attorneys who were on site from 12 feet away. But that's neither here nor there.
They have it.
Right.
I'm so confused by this. I was under the impression that really it's about the affidavit and not the warrant. Are you mentioning?
That's the question I'm going to ask you. We can talk about the search warrant because I've signed them till the cows come home. We can talk about the inventory. The only thing that matters is the basis upon which the warrant was issued. Mm-hmm. What was this judge told that would give him probable cause to say a crime was committed on something that is not a criminal act, the Presidential Records Act, unless maybe it's about something else?
I don't know. I don't know. Is that the question?
I
was just making the point that a lot more people, I think it's about the affidavit and not the warrant.
No.
But anyway.
Judge, what's in the warrant? You signed warrants. What's in the warrant?
What's in the warrant?
What's in the warrant? I'm only saying that they should release the warrant.
Let's. I want to talk about.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's all right. Merrick Garland says we had to do this because we couldn't do it any other way. That's what you call circular nonsense. I'm sorry, Your Honor, I had to kick the dog because I couldn't not kick the dog. So that was basically, he's a perfect bureaucrat. I'm glad he's not a Supreme Court judge. He came off pretty badly. As about when he describes the FBI as patriotic servants, I would agree. But who else are patriotic servants? The IRS agents. And we've been making fun of the IRS since 1862. And the fact is, that is our right to criticize patriots and non-patriots alike. The things we say about lawyers, we've been saying for thousands of years. We've been wishing harm on them. So this idea that we cannot criticize or denigrate anyone for fear that someone else in this country will do something crazy. In 2 words, screw you. Because that is a trick to shut you up. They're basically saying, oh, how dare you? You can't do that. No, we actually can. And coming from people in the media who delighted in the orgy of police denigration as violence was actually occurring, as the riots and arson were happening, and saying horrible things. And then you have the media and you have the FBI monitoring social media for threats, looking at online message boards. That is the equivalent of monitoring every sporting event for heckling. You know, if you want to find that threat or opinion or anything, you can find it. I bet I could find a death threat against Dana Perino. I bet I could. It's probably from Kilmeade. But I'm telling you, if you want to look for something like that, you are gonna find it. So this is just kind of a way to keep you from talking. The amazing story about this is, what if nothing is there? What if it really is about bland documents? How bad does Garland look then about making a mountain out of a molehill? If they don't have a picture of Trump making out with Putin, this is a bust.
You know what's amazing, though? They can dump on cops as serial racist murderers, but don't you dump on the FBI, okay? So, Dana, I go back to you with the original question. The requirement is that they use the least intrusive means available to seize evidence. And there is nothing, especially with a history of cooperation, a history of handing over 15 boxes, that suggests that court order wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, and also it's strange in this day and age, we have no video. Remember when they
told them to turn off the CCTVs and the videos. I was told that by Eric Trump.
Right, so however it happened, we have no video. We don't even have video of the FBI arriving. Remember when they went after Roger Stone's house? Yeah. They alerted CNN. Okay, so Merrick Garland is saying, and it's kind of clever, right? It's like, nobody even had to know. Because we didn't say anything. The president's the one who made it public, but that was the president's prerogative to do that as well. Everything that Merrick Garland said today could have been said in a written statement on Monday night. Yeah. And then you wouldn't have had the Newsweek story that everyone is talking about how great this Newsweek story is. Turns out it's not true. They said that Merrick Garland didn't even see it. Never even. Now Merrick Garland has to come out and say, actually, I did. They could have done that on Monday night after the president revealed the information, and then you wouldn't have him in front of the cameras not answering questions from the press. There's a reason that Merrick Garland's at the top of the list that for Republicans, and if they take back the House, they want to investigate. You're talking about the schools, remember, domestic terrorists. Right. You're talking about the fact that they did not do anything at the Justice Department to protect Supreme Court justices who are being attacked. And the Judicial Crisis Network, they just put out $1 million ad talking about that. That's before this even happened. And that all just happened today. And so the last thing I'll say, because in the B block we're going to talk about the White House, and I've got thoughts about that. If I don't understand how a document can be this critical. Like, unless it has, you want the picture, you're saying if it has a picture of Putin and Trump making out? Yes. Like, short of the nuclear codes being written on these documents in a locked behind closed doors, I just really don't understand how a document could warrant this kind of warrant.
Right. And especially since they have to identify where it is. You know, they had to say it was in Melania's dress or something for them to go through her clothing. But that's another issue.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.
Never put solar panels like this if you live in the U.S. If you are a homeowner in America and are thinking about putting solar panels on your roof, you should never do it like this one American homeowner from Oklahoma. You see, while there's nothing technically wrong with this solar system in the picture, had its owner waited for only a couple more weeks to buy it, he would now be able to get it for absolutely no net cost from the U.S. government. You see, in case you haven't heard, our government recently released a new special solar stimulus program, and they practically started giving away brand new solar panels and Tesla Powerwalls for absolutely no net cost to Americans who join this program while it's open. So, if you've been thinking about buying solar panels recently, don't make the same mistake as that homeowner we mentioned a minute earlier, and click the button below this video to take a quick survey our government provided in order to qualify for this special solar stimulus program and have our government buy the solar panels for you.
This video is brought to you by Bright Cellars. Bright Cellars send you wine, which is awesome enough, but better than that, they introduce you to new wines that you're probably gonna love. Look, I'm a pretty big wine fan. I like discovering new wines that I can drink and enjoy, because who doesn't love drinking? But what makes Bright Cellars so clever is that they maximize the chances that you're going to love the wine that they send you. You take a super short quiz, there's no snobbery in the quiz about what you like, and they send you a box of
Throughout
wine
history, cultures
based on
across
your
the globe have
preferences.
told
and
stories
it's a
about
guarantee that you like the wine they send you, because if you don't, with the next box, they'll ship you a replacement. You just can't lose. What else? Well, you can choose how much they send you, and of course, it's all delivered to wherever you want it to go, making everything super easy. Plus, each box comes with a wine education card, so you can learn a bit about what you're drinking. Bright Cellars is giving you guys 50% off their first 6-bottle box. Just follow the link below, take the quiz, get started, and let's get into the video.